How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the show called Joey Answers Your Questions, the show. It's the late night episode. I'm in a little bit of a different setup right now, but we're going to check out the subreddit to start things off, and then we're going to hop into your questions. So, okay, right off the bat, we're at r/better ideas. Here's a meme for you, sir. Joe, Bernie, I am once again asking for original content ideas. Yes, I'm constantly asking you guys what I should do with the second channel. Very good meme.
Well done.
So let's sort by hot. Joey being disappointed with all the memes out there and not even giving it a smile. Dear Joey, today I offer you nothing.
You get nothing!
Tomorrow, who knows? That's good. I like that. Book recommendation, productivity. What books do you recommend for productivity? I recommend The Art of War by Stephen Pressfield or Atomic Habits by James Clear. Music. Hey guys, I'm in the search for new music. Any genre/artist, doesn't matter. I'll appreciate some artist recommendations in the comments. Ooh, this should be good. The band Bring Me the Horizon just released as a long EP with a lot of variety. Worth checking out. Cool. I did the whole music thing last episode, so I'm just not going to do it right now. Just this. I shaved my head bald. Last stupid thumbnail, I promised. Was that right next to each other or like above and below each other? Because that's a crazy coincidence. It's meant to be. Maybe I'm going to do a little head shaving video one of these days. I'm going to do the big reveal. I shaved my head.
No way.
What is the thing that ruins our lives the most? Serious. That's good. What do we got? Overthinking instead of taking action. Ego, thinking about how our lives were destroyed instead of thinking how to fix them. You know, some good thoughts. Ego is a good one. Overthinking instead of taking action. I'm not here to get all deep. I'm just here to look at memes. So I'm not even going to... Okay. While we're reviving the subreddit, why not revive the website too? Maybe not. Yeah, that's true. I'm chipping away at the website, and I want to host a class on there, do a little course. I want to do a How to Get Out of a Rut, the course, and hopefully it will be the instrumental tool or a powerful tool that will help everybody who watches it gain more momentum back into their life. I know it's a really important topic in today's day and age with the events of the world right now. A lot of people are having a tough time finding their groove. So I think it's a really important class to make. So I'm looking forward to finishing that, uploading it as a video course on the website. Price to be determined. It's not going to be free. But at the same time, I think it'll be cool to have a Better Ideas branded and quality controlled website instead of just putting a class on Skillshare like every other productivity YouTuber is doing right now. So who knows? It could be really good. I might also make a class on Skillshare. You never know. I work with them so often that it might make sense instead of plugging other people's classes on Skillshare, I can plug my own. But I kind of want to do both. Nothing to add here. Send me memes. Have better ideas. Be applying 56 notes on the one thing. Dope. Okay, so my dad brought home all these books and I'm tasked with organizing them. I set myself the goal of reading all of these as I organize them. Does anybody have any system for reading huge amounts of books? What's the best way? I was thinking each morning when I have my coffee, but I don't know. Some of those books look like encyclopedias, dude. Are you sure you want to read all that? Does it look like you got some textbooks in there too? That's not going to be fun. Boring! If it were me setting myself a reading goal, I would start by trying to make it simple. So this is coming from Link Omega. Start by just looking through them and seeing which one look interesting. Pick your top 10 and start one. Try and combine reading the book with something you'd already do daily, e.g. morning coffee, breakfast, or morning commute. Blah, 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 blah. You know what? This is very good advice. Yeah, definitely sift through those, Jamadzma. And figure out which ones look interesting to you, because I know if you just have a task or you set a goal for it just to be all the books, you're just not going to read them. If you're anything like me, you're not going to read a single one if your goal is all the books. So yeah, pick like 5 that you really, really like or you like the look of and start with one of them. Read it while you're drinking your coffee. That's a great idea. That's habit bunching. Good memes. Appreciate the memery. We're going to hop into some of the questions here. If you can't already tell, this is the late night episode. I don't know if I already said that already, but it's like midnight right now. It's 12:15 a.m. What am I doing with my life? I don't know. My sleep schedule is all out of whack right now. I have a disease. I don't know if you can tell, but my voice is quite soft. because I'm still not recovered from my esophageal condition. Issa Leon says, nobody, editor, when Joey makes a mistake, megamind his face. Yes, that is correct. Ian Zhang says, I just recently subbed to your second channel. WTF is going on here? Lamau. Yeah, I agree, Ian. I don't even know what's going on with the second channel at this point, but I'm having a great time. Balanced Buck says, hey Joey, I would really like your advice on how one can articulate creative ideas better and turn a vision into something real. I'm a beginner YouTuber and I have tons of ideas in my head, but sometimes struggle to get what's in my head out into a finished product. Hope that made sense. Thanks for your question, Balanced Bucks. And I don't want to sound like a broken record here, but the number one thing that you can do to increase your creative output is to just put stuff out, no matter how crappy it is, no matter how much it doesn't satisfy the bar that you've set for yourself. I know a lot of people who have analysis paralysis have really refined taste. You know, they are very familiar with what is good art and what is a good work of creativity, and their own work can't actually reach that standard. So since it can't reach the standard of perfection they've set for themselves, they don't even bother. You know, this typically happens a lot with filmmakers. They're very familiar with master filmmakers and stuff like that, and they watch these movies that they really like, and then they say, damn, I know why this is a good movie. You know, the cinematography was on point, the soundtrack, blah, 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 blah. They know that they themselves can't reach that standard, so they defeat themselves. They say, you know what, I'm not that good. I'm never going to be that good. I have such a long way to go. I might as well not do anything. And you can see why that's destructive. You know, there will never be any more master filmmakers for the rest of the world. You know, the entire world will never see another master filmmaker if everyone started thinking that way, because, you know, you can't get intimidated by other people's mastery. You got to create your own mastery and refine your own voice. And the only way to do that is to just crank out content all the time. Just get in the habit of creating stuff, no matter how crappy. Tell yourself, I'm going to create one crappy 1-minute video, or I'm going to create one crappy 1-minute song on FL Studio, whatever your thing is, and make it a goal for you to actually create that 1-minute song and export it and upload it somewhere on SoundCloud. Like, actually go through the whole beginning, middle, end, and get really good at doing a beginning, middle, end, middle, end process. So crank shit out, crank horrible shit out, but crank shit out. You have to. And then work on being a perfectionist way, way, way later. Demetrios says, I knew that was going to be the thumbnail. Yeah, I mean, you do a funny edit like that, and of course that's going to be the thumbnail. Last stupid thumbnail. It was a good one. It was a good one.
Oh, that is a good one.
So Comfort, back at it again, says, that's a good way to cook Indomie. I also love eating it with eggs, mostly poached eggs. I'm just super proud that a Nigerian product is so global. It's too cool. What Nigerian product? Skeleton? Yeah. Wait,
Nani?
What? It's not Indomie. Indomie is not Nigerian, right? Yeah, it's Indonesian. But you're probably talking about Skeleton. Is Techno Nigerian?
Yes.
It's probably a little late for this, but what are you looking forward to this year? This summer. I just got to be straight up. Here in the Lower Mainland, it's really rainy all the time, and it's sad and dark and depressing all the time. I really want it to be sunny so I can go camping and go on a boat and fish and fun stuff like that, you know? That's what I really want right now. I am craving it. Jake Stephenson says, he laughed at my joke. Yay.
That was my joke.
Seriously, though, this second channel is a mess. What? Come on, dude. It's not a mess. This is great. I just took that so personally. That hit me right in the heart. It's my mess. No, it's our mess. We're in this together, guys. If you watched this far, we're in this together. This is your channel. This is your channel as much as it is my channel. Nitish says, Joey, I'm curious to know if you have ever listened to Jordan Peterson through his YouTube videos and the message that he relays. What are your thoughts on it? Yeah, I think Jordan Peterson, honestly, is super misrepresented. I feel like it is typical for anybody who doesn't say things that are completely in line with political correctness to get roasted by the media all the time. That's just the the state of the media that we have right now. Everybody, people don't actually write articles, they write headlines. So if anybody says anything slightly controversial, they get absolutely lampooned by the media forever, like until they die. So yeah, he's an enemy of the media. I don't agree with everything he says, but he's personally helped me a lot in my life. I think 12 Rules for Life is a great book, and I feel like if you are to be an adult in this world, you have to be able to grapple with figures that the media considers controversial and actually form your own opinions about it. Because if you can't do that, you're not intellectually mature.
I see a cocky, scared, shitless kid.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Jordan Peterson. I hope he gets better because, yeah, he had that whole, health scare over the past year or so. So thanks for that, Nitish. Poppity Boppity, these questions are too strong for you, traveler. What questions? Come on. Nothing's too strong for me. I play Valheim now.
Tough guy.
I shouldn't have admitted that. I'm like addicted to Valheim. J Madrid says, question. What's your main legend in Apex? These are the important questions that we need. Loving the series. Give the editor a cookie. He deserves it. I will mail him a cookie tomorrow. I'm not going to do that. That's disgusting. It'll be crumbs. But my main legend in Apex is Wraith. I'm a filthy, sweaty Wraith main. I would like to say that I have tens of thousands of kills with Wraith, but I absolutely don't. I only have about 4,000 and I've been playing forever, so it's probably not that much. But yeah, I'm a Wraith main because I love portals. Portals are so helpful. And I also like having the ability to dash away from enemies and being invincible for a period of time because I often poke and I'm too aggressive and I need to get out of bad situations all the time, so Wraith is perfect for me. Derek says, hey Joey, I've recently taken a break from playing video games so that I can learn some skills for my career, but I always find I end up never being satisfied with the amount of work I can do each day, even when I work 10 to 12 hours on it daily. Damn, that's crazy, dude, actually. How would you recommend finding a balance between spending your free time guilt-free and spending time being productive? Love these question videos. You've been dishing out helpful advice. Thanks, Derek. 10 to 12 hours on a daily. That is nuts. How much of that are you actually spending doing like moving the ball forward? And how much of that are you just sort of doing busy work in and around it and sitting at your desk but not actually working? Because 10 to 12 hours, that's so much time. If you're doing 10 to 12 hours on a daily, I don't do that much work daily. I do not do that much serious work daily because I don't have the mental capacity to do deep work daily. So you really have to evaluate how much of that work is actually work and how much of that is, you just switching between tabs, typing a thing here or there, switching your Spotify playlist, getting up and grabbing a sandwich, having a spoonful of peanut butter, slapping that in your mouth, and how much of that is actually nose to the grind, completing the project, ticking boxes, getting shit done. Because you can dramatically reduce the amount of time that you're working by actually increasing the amount of time that you're working. So I feel like you need to first evaluate that, and then second of all, ask yourself what you would be satisfied with. What actual completed task would satisfy you, and see if you can get that done during a day. I know that sounds like kind of a basic answer, but you do need to ask yourself, how much work could I do today so that I could put my head on my pillow and be very satisfied with the amount of work that I did? Or you could scale it back a little bit and be like, okay, how much work can I do that I would be moderately satisfied with the amount of work that I did? And then you can also do something where you're like, okay, what's the bare minimum that I can do each day that I won't consider the day a complete failure? So ask yourself these 3 tiers and then try to hit the middle one. And if you're feeling ambitious, hit the big one.
The big one.
The more ambitious one. I don't know.
Daring today, aren't we?
It sounds like you are a little bit aimless. I don't mean that as a slight against you, but I think you need a little bit more written direction in your work strategy. We Can Escape to the Great Sunshine says, I had no idea your second channel was going to be like this, but I'm not disappointed. Lamau Critica Paul says, had Joey been a stoic, this wouldn't have hurt him. I'm going to pretend that I'm smart enough to understand that, Lamau. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with any of these comments, and I'm not going to address it. Lulia says, hey Joey, here's my question. Do you have a podcast or have you considered making one? I enjoy putting one of your videos and listening/watching it while I do something, like eat or wash dishes. Your voice and intonation is so relaxing and full of helpful advice. Would most deaf listen to your podcast? I don't have a podcast. Should I get one? Here, this is me diverting all the big questions in my life to you guys to answer because I don't have the willpower and, what do you call that? Mental fortitude and wisdom to answer them myself. Maybe me using this mic can give you a good idea how I would sound as a podcast. And is my voice grating? Are you having a really rough time listening to me right now? If the answer is yes, then my answer is no.
I hate this channel.
I shouldn't make a podcast. Maybe a podcast could replace the show called Joey Answers Your Questions, the show. Or maybe Joey Answers Your Questions, the show could become more like a video podcast, like kind of what I'm doing right now. And then I also upload it to Spotify or something like that. Maybe we make them like half an hour long. Who knows? And then it has this kind of produced sound. We make it a little bit more podcasty. Ahava Ducharme says, I just love how after all the roasting, you keep coming back better and balder than ever. Oh my goodness. Keep up the great work, Joey. 2 hearts. Balder than ever. I'm more bald today than I was yesterday, and I want to keep up the trend until I'm died. Until I'm no longer living. I always rip on my mental capacity every single episode, but it truly has reached a new low. AH says, I love how chaotic the second channel is.
Chaos.
Boom-bitty boom-bitty boom. Emmy, nice to see you in here. She said, video idea, chess tutorial for super dummies. I can do that. That's totally possible because I'm a little bit of a super dummy at chess, so I can speak your guys' language. Gitesh Patra says, as always, you were adorable in this one, buddy. Oh, thanks, Gitesh. Also, I told Demetrios I'd cut this one short, so because I'm late on this. Excuse me. This was fun. You know what? Instead of answering a question as a finale, I'm going to read you a poem. I'm going to make one up on the spot right now. Thanks for watching the show. Now I must go. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Have a great time. See ya.